Hello friends, welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial we are going to customize our application and make our application more user friendly. Like this is a miscellaneous tutorial where we are going to fix some issues and also going to implement the loader and the async storage for storing our UID, and if some user is logged in, so we have to check or anything like that. And we are also going to style our application to make it more user friendly, and I'm going to use a logo for the same, and I'm also going to implement the image picker for uploading image of a user. So we are going to see this functionality in this tutorial. So let's start the tutorial. So as we see, I have created a folder for the assets where I have put a image. So this is the image for we are going to use as a logo in our application. So let's put a logo first. So just open the login screen and I am going to import the image. So after that I'm going to put image source require assets codehunger.png, and the size is style. So I'm going to put the image style width 60, height 60, border radius 30, so making it like a circular. So let's see if it is working or not. So yes, we have got the image, but let me style. Increase the height and width. So as you can see, we have put the logo. So I'm going to use the same logo in the sign up screen also. Image. Now I'm going to use loader. So for that I'm going to install React Native spinner overlay, this one. Install this. So it is installed successfully. Now let's check in the login screen first if it is working. So I have to put the spinner here. This is the code where you can find this code easily. I am going to import the spinner. Now I am going to style. Just make it true. So here you can see the loader. So in the same way we can use the loader anywhere. Currently this visual is true. Now I'm going to false it and see if it is removed or not. So here, yes, the loader is removed successfully. So just make it as a state like this dot state dot loader, and I am going to use that state. Loader is false. Login. If some user click on the login, then this dot state loader is true, and if the user logged in successfully, then loader will be false, and if there is any error, then loader will be false. So first run the debugger. Just run debug and we will get here what it is returning if the login is successful. So just check if the login is successful what it returns. Quality@hotmail.com. Password is 129. Just click on the login. So the loader starts, and if it return any result, then the loader will stop. So here we can get the result like it returns these things. As we can see, it returns many data, but we want only the UID. So we can also get the UID, as you can also see that the loader start when we are going to log in the user, and if the login is successful, then the loader automatically stops. Now I'm going to use the async storage to store our file in the local storage. So for that I'm going to import the async storage. So now we are going to fetch the UID of the current user. So just firebase dot auth dot current user dot UID. So as we get the current user UID, now I'm going to async storage dot set item, and the key is UID, and we are going to pass or set the data of the UID. So I'm going to use this UID throughout the application. If we store our UID in the async storage, then we will check that if there is any UID in our async storage, then we will directly navigate to our user to the dashboard screen. So how we can do that? So we can make that change in the login screen itself. So as we have used async storage to set our item like the UID, so first we have to make it as a async method, and this async storage is a await method. So I have to put async and await in the async storage. So here we have passed the UID. So if some user logged in, so at that time we are going to set our value for the UID. So this helps basically when the user logged in, and if user kills the application, and after that I think await is only allowed there. So here I have to put the async method. So just save and see. Yes. So why do we use this async storage? So let me give you an example. Like if some user logged in with the application, and if he kills the application like this, and if after some time he again starts the application, then the user directly navigates to the dashboard screen, not to the login screen. But currently, according to our application, is directly navigated to the login screen, because there is no any check for checking the if user is logged in or not. So for that I have used the async storage, so that we will track the UID. If there is any UID in our async storage, then user will directly navigate it to the dashboard screen. So how we can make that? So we can make that by making some changes in the component environment. So when the page loads or when the screen loads, so here we will check if there is any item in our async storage. So just const UID equal to wait async storage dot get item, and just here pass the key UID. So if there is any value in UIDs, then we know that the user is logged in and there is no need to log in again. So the user directly navigated to the dashboard screen. So now I'm going to copy this code and paste here. So what will happen here? Suppose if any user logged in for the first time, and at that time we have stored his UID in our async storage. So if user kills the application or terminates the application and again user opens the app after some time, then we will check that if there is any UID in our async storage. If yes, then user is directly navigated to our dashboard screen, and if no, then user is navigated to the login screen itself. So just enter the credential here. Password is 129. So click on the login button. So here we can get all the list of the users and also the logout button. Suppose if we just kill the application, and now if we click on the if we open the application, then the user directly navigated to the dashboard screen. So you can see that the user is directly navigated to our dashboard screen. So I'm also going to open the loader here, and if the emit is true, then true, false, and in the same way also set here false. So now I'm going to change some functionality in the logout. Suppose if the user click on the logout button, then we are also going to remove the UID from our async storage. So first we have to make, after that just await sync storage dot remove item UID. So just click on that, and now I'm going to click the logout function and logout button and see if it is working or not. So I have clicked the logout button, and yes, it is actually navigated to the login screen. Now I'm going to terminate this application and again going to open the app. So it's must be navigated to the login screen. So here we can see that it is navigated to the login screen because here we have implement the check. So now I'm going to use the loader in our dashboard screen also. So when we'll use this loader, I'm going to demonstrate you. First I'm going to copy the code, spinner, I'm going to add a state like loader, it must be false. Now I'm going to set the state of the loader to true, and here false, and in the alert also false. So let's see if our loader is working. So we have seen that the loader is also working in the dashboard screen. Now I'm going to add a app header. Like currently this header is not looking so beautiful or not the user friendly. So now I'm gonna use create app header as a custom app header. First I'm going to remove I'm going to add the header mode to none. In the dashboard. So here you can see that the header mode is none. Now I'm going to add a component here. appheader.js. So now I'm going to design this appheader.js. So it is a design section. So I'm going to pause, and so after that I am going to show you how I created the app.appheader. So yes, we have created our app header. So here you can see the design of the app header. So this is the message list, and here I put a logout button. So I am going to show you the app header design. So here I have import some view or text from the React Native, and I also import the icon. And here we have used some props like title, on press, or navigation. So I have used the app header in our dashboard screen. So here you can see the app header where I put title, navigation, and on press. And in the on press, I have used the logout function. So if some user click on this, so the user directly logouts from the application. And in the app header, so this is a simple design where I put a view, and all are in a, and the flag direction is row, and and this view is, as you can see, if the title is message, then there is no item here, and if there is any title like chat or anything, so there must be a back button. So here you can see the back button. So when I create the chat screen, you will able to see the back button. And here I pass the title, and here I pass the logout button. So let me check if the logout button is working or not. As you can see, I have removed the logout button from the here. So just click on that. Yes, our logout functionality is working. So now I'm going to change the design of our list, of all the user list. So as you can see that these lists are very close from each other. Now I'm going to make some design or change the design of that. First I am going to add a border, horizontal border. So now I'm gonna put a border style, one, and border color will be white. So let's see. Here you can get the border. Now I'm going to just make the border more user friendly. So yes. So after that I'm going to add some padding, or margin bottom 10, margin top 10. I think I am also going to put margin bottom here. Yes, we can margin top also. I think I have to remove this. So as you can see, it looks good. Now I'm going to change the height and width of the image. So yes, it is looking good. Okay, so now I'm gonna use or install a package for the image picker. So every user has its own profile image. Here you use the dummy image. So I'm gonna use the install the image React Native image picker. Let me see if I have installed or not. So I think we have not installed the image picker. So now I'm going to install the React Native image crop picker. So I have installed the React Native image picker. So as our image picker is installed successfully, now I'm gonna make some change in our android.manifest file for the user permission. So I have had two permission for the camera and the right external storage. So now let's run the application and check if there is any error or not. So as you can see, our app is running properly. Now I'm gonna use the image picker. So just import picker from the React Native image picker. So we have to put the image picker at the header of the flat list. So just create the header component. Just put a view. So I'm going to design the view for the image. So as we have designed our header, here you can see that here is the image of the user, the logged in user, and the name of the logged in user. So now I am going to demonstrate you how we can open the image picker. So I'm going to just make a function, open gallery. Image picker dot image picker options, comma, response. So what it's written. Now I'm gonna see our console log the response. And see if it is working or not. So just click on this. So it shows an error like undefined is not an object React Native image picker dot default dot show image picker. So I think there is some issue in the image picker. So let's navigate to the React npm, and here you can see that we have to import this file, not the image picker. So I import this, and now I'm gonna use launch image library, and the option part I have to pass something like currently I'm going to pass the media type, what type of media we are passing as an option, like currently we are getting the photo. So now I'm gonna see if it is working or not. So just click on the name. So here you can see our gallery is opened successfully, and I just want to confirm what is the response. So just select, and here you can see the response like the type, URI, file size, everything. Here you can get the response like so. If our image picker is working properly. So as our image picker is working properly, so now I'm gonna show you how we can set the image in this area. So for that I'm going to use a state image URL empty, and we know that in this response we get the URI. So I'm gonna set this dot set state image URL response dot URI. Here we can get the URI or the path of the image. So now here I am gonna pass some logic state dot image URL. So if the image URL is empty, so then our the URI is HTTPS. Otherwise, this dot state dot image URL. So here put the logic like if the image URL is empty, like if there is no image present for this user, then this image is showing, then this image will show, and if there is any image for the user, then we have to set that image URL in our state and that image will be shown. So just click on that and select the image. So as you can see, we have set our image. This is a dynamic image. So we have seen many things in this tutorial, like we have put the loader in the login screen. So I'm gonna put loader in the sign up screen also. So just navigate to the sign up. I'm gonna add the same thing. And also put the loader false. Here we have to set the state true, and here we have passed some logic like if the user registers successfully, then set state loader false, and he directly navigates to the login. Yeah, and yes, we can also pass them directly to the dashboard. So before that we have to set the UID. So let me just copy, and here we have to set the UID. So if user registers successfully, then it directly navigated to the dashboard screen. So just make this async, and we have to pass the async storage also. So just pass async storage here. So the user ID, and if there is any error, set false, and here also. Now I'm gonna use the spinner at the bottom of this. So let's see. So yes, we have also put the validation message everywhere. So now I'm gonna navigate to the sign up screen and enter some details like Mark Henry @ yepmail.com, password 12345678 9. Just click on the sign up. So yes, our user is logged in successfully, and here we can get all the users except the user which is logged in, which is Mark. So as we see in this tutorial, we have made many changes, and we have also make our app user friendly, like we have used the image crop picker, and so like we have used loader or async-storage for storing the UID, and also we use image picker for picking the image. So in the next tutorial, I am gonna show you how you can upload image to our real-time database, or how we can set the profile picture of any user. So for this tutorial, thank you. We will meet in the next tutorial.